Manchester United's decision to dismiss Ruben Amorim after only a short period in charge sent shockwaves not only through Old Trafford, but across European football as a whole. What made this decision particularly controversial was the fact that the club was not in a state of complete collapse in terms of results or performance. Manchester United were still positioned inside the top six of the Premier League and remained firmly involved in the race for qualification to the Champions League. Nevertheless, under the ownership structure led by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the club once again chose to press the reset button. This was not simply the story of a manager losing his job too early in his tenure. It represented another chapter in a long-standing pattern that has come to define Manchester United in the era following Sir Alex Ferguson. Ruben Amorim arrived at Old Trafford with a strong reputation as one of Europe's most progressive coaches, bringing with him a clear tactical identity shaped by success elsewhere. However, as has happened so many times at Old Trafford, he was not given the necessary time nor the structural support required to adapt his ideas to the demands of the Premier League environment. The sense of shock surrounding his dismissal did not come from the logic of the decision itself, but from how familiar the situation felt to observers. Once again, the club finds itself confronted with the same uncomfortable question of whether Manchester United are truly committed to a long-term project or whether they are still reacting emotionally to short-term pressure and public expectation. Ruben Amorim's failure at Manchester United cannot be explained solely by results on the pitch. The deeper issues lay in the clash between his tactical philosophy and the reality of the squad he inherited. Amorim remained loyal to a three-centre-back system, a structure that demands exceptional coordination, disciplined wing-backs, and a high level of collective understanding. Manchester United's squad, however, had been built over several years to function within entirely different systems. Adapting to such a drastic tactical shift required patience, recruitment alignment, and internal stability, none of which were fully present. Beyond tactical concerns, tensions between Amorim and the club's hierarchy gradually became more visible. Disagreements over recruitment strategy, squad planning, and the degree of executive interference eroded internal trust. When a manager lacks genuine authority, even minor setbacks quickly escalate into perceived crises. Crucially, Amorim arrived at a club still struggling with structural instability. Without a clearly defined long-term sporting vision, he was expected to both rebuild the team and deliver immediate results. In the Premier League, where media scrutiny is relentless and margins for error are minimal, this combination is often impossible to sustain. Following Amorim's departure, Manchester United once again entered a familiar transitional phase. The real question is not who the next manager will be, but what the club actually needs at this moment in time. Do they require immediate stability or a bold architectural rebuild? For over a decade, United have oscillated between these two extremes. During periods of crisis, they seek safety and pragmatism. Once stability appears, they dream of tactical revolutions and philosophical resets. This lack of consistency has prevented any project from reaching maturity. A short-term appointment may steady the ship, but it rarely creates sustainable progress. Conversely, committing to a long-term vision demands patience and a willingness to accept short-term discomfort, something Manchester United have historically struggled to tolerate. This constant indecision has turned the managerial position at Old Trafford into one of the most unforgiving roles in European football. It is understandable why Manchester United would consider managers with proven Premier League experience. These coaches understand the league's physical intensity, media pressure, and relentless schedule. This familiarity reduces the risk of immediate collapse. Their greatest strength lies in their ability to stabilize dressing rooms and maximize existing resources. In a club that perpetually operates under scrutiny, this sense of control carries real value. However, safety comes at a cost. Many Premier League managers prioritise pragmatism over innovation. While this may prevent decline, it rarely sparks genuine dominance. Manchester United must therefore confront a fundamental question. Are they aiming to avoid failure or to reclaim superiority? Stability may provide comfort, but ambition demands courage. Manchester United possess a deep emotional attachment to figures who understand the club's culture from within. The legacy of Sir Alex Ferguson created the belief that the club's identity can only be preserved by those who lived it. Yet this emotional reliance has repeatedly proven dangerous. Familiarity with the club does not automatically translate into elite managerial competence. Managing a global institution in constant crisis requires experience, authority, and emotional resilience. At present, Manchester United is not an environment suited to managerial apprenticeships. Every draw is scrutinised, every defeat amplified. Emotional appointments may resonate with supporters, but they also risk repeating historical mistakes. The question remains, does Manchester United need a symbolic figure or a ruthless operator? Elite European managers offer prestige, experience, and global credibility. Old Trafford remains a destination that commands attention across world football. However, pedigree alone guarantees nothing. The Premier League punishes tactical rigidity and psychological fragility. Many highly accomplished managers have failed not due to incompetence, but because they could not withstand the intensity of English football and the instability of the club itself. Moreover, Manchester United's executive structure remains a work in progress. Strong personalities require strong backing. Without absolute clarity and support, even the most successful managers can find themselves undermined. Ambition, in this context, carries equal measures of opportunity and danger. Amorim's dismissal reinforces an uncomfortable truth. Manchester United's problems do not begin or end with the manager. Since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement, the club has repeatedly changed leadership without addressing its foundational issues. A lack of long-term vision, inconsistent decision-making, and overlapping authority have created an environment where managers are expendable. Without structural reform, any appointment risks becoming another short-lived experiment. The era of Sir Jim Ratcliffe promises improved governance and strategic clarity. Yet this moment represents the ultimate test. Will the club finally break its cycle, or merely repeat it with a new face? Manchester United face three distinct options: safety, sentiment, or ambition. Each carries risk, and none offer guaranteed success. What truly matters is not the name of the next manager, but the clarity of the project behind them. The next appointment must align with a clearly defined long-term vision, be granted genuine authority, and be protected from short-term panic. Without this foundation, the cycle of dismissal and disappointment will persist. Manchester United lack neither resources nor global influence. What they lack most is consistency. Only when that is restored can the club begin to write a new chapter rather than endlessly rewriting the same old story.